Welcome to the Complete Nonsense Podcast. I want to pre-apologize for anything that we may say that may piss you off or offend you. If it does, please call your friends, tell them to get on, and listen to what these fucking idiots are saying. Comment, hit that subscribe. We want to hear your opinion, but not really. We need the money. Let's begin. Welcome back. Oh, are you supposed to say that nowadays? Or Who's saying that nowadays?
Oh, yeah.
Well, welcome to episode 74. Hey, bud, I got to tell you something. I tried.
What?
I think I pushed them at the same time. You're just going to have to fucking suck it up and
Dude,
learn.
I don't
You're
like
going to have to
attitude.
learn. You're going to have to
attitude.
learn how to do that. I may not be able to. That one may not have worked, just so you know.
Either way.
Because our special guest today, the conspiracists, we're
Special
going to bring
guest.
on in a minute. Yeah, you got to, we always got to bring a guest. First of all, we had Scratch, took the day off today.
With the K.
Yep, Scratch with a K. He'll be back next week. Everybody loves him. We have a special guest in who's going to debate us. I'm assuming debate? I don't know how conspiracy works,
I'm going to listen.
Debate, yeah. Well, you better back me up because
You're the debate guy.
he's a big fucking guy.
He is a big
and we
guy.
want to introduce you to Tyler. Let's everybody say hello to Mr. Tyler. Fucking the big
Ty.
Ty, we go with Ty. Oh, is it not Ty? We're going with Ty, right? Ty. T? Oh, we're going to go T?
Yeah,
I got
T.
two T's in the room. And look, they both look like fucking the same thing.
One was Dees.
I'm
Well,
the
he goes
D's.
TDs.
TDs.
I'm the
Yeah.
D's.
You go T? We're just going T with you?
That's whatever.
Okay, you got to stay on that mic. I'm going to tell you this. Every time we do something, I'm going to say, bro, stay on the mic. I'm going to tell you before we get into Ty. Look,
Ty.
Dees is going to be like the Swifty situation.
I know. I already know.
Is
Too
it,
many aliases.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is Swifty, right? I got that right.
His name is Bob. It's Bob at this point.
You are looking at two guys, me and the big guy over there, my right hand, are fucking annihilated.
Oh, yeah.
From a night of AC.
Just epic fun. Epic
Turn-
blast, bro.
turning 55.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, buddy.
Happy
Thank-
birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you. Turning 55 was a long night of singing and dancing, and we're gonna throw those clips in the show.
Yeah.
we are absolutely gonna put those into the Opus clips, and I'm gonna put them all out.
Rock
Might
it
as well
out,
have
man.
some fun.
There's
with
a
it.
lot of footage.
A lot of footage. God, Ty, I don't know. Is there any sort of conspiracy on being overserved? Is there something in the stars that aligns that says they do this to us on purpose? I mean, why are they doing that to us? You know what I mean?
I'm not really sure. We're just
He's reading his notes over there. the greatest thing for us.
He's got a lot of them.
we're born, we live, we die. That's our timeline.
100%.
100%.
Wait, should we end the show? Oh no, it's not.
I said we die.
I mean, that would have been the quickest show we ever did. When I was sitting there, right?
Yeah.
When I asked him that question, and he was looked down, I was like, my ass was like, what is he about to say? It came up,
The Bible was about to come out.
Yeah. I didn't even know if it was a Bible. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But yeah, it was a long night. So this is I'm puffy. I'm puffy again. This is why I got my sunglasses on. You are.
I'm just
hiding
puffy because I'm
whatever.
fat.
Yeah. You're hiding whatever you're hiding, and this guy looks as fresh as a fucking daisy.
Yeah, he does, man.
Where do you?
I got no sleep.
Oh, you didn't get any sleep either? What'd you do?
sleep.
You were a married guy. I can clearly see you're a married
Yes.
guy. You have young children, older children. We don't
Both.
need their ages, but you got all that?
I have
Okay.
one of each kind.
Gotcha. So is the little one's key? Is that what you were up for now, or you were out partying with them? Should have brought him last night.
No, just the little one sleeps in the bed still. Gotta
Oh,
break
got
that.
that. Yeah.
Gotta break that.
Dude, I have a
We've all been
10-year-old.
through that.
Women enforce that rule, not the men.
Yeah.
The men don't want that rule.
Oh, the no sleeping?
No,
the sleeping.
with the kid in the bed. you
They
know.
they have the
Most
rule.
men. I would agree with that.
I'm confused though. The man doesn't want the kid in the bed, or he does. want
Correct. Does
Oh,
not.
I got to be honest. Maybe I'm maybe one of the few ones. I don't. If it's not an everyday occasion, right? She's a little snuggler. You know, so she'll get all snuggled
But
up
that's
in
you,
there.
dude. You love to touch everybody.
Yeah, I'm a snuggler.
You're a touch guy.
Well, first of all, let's not say we have a kid.
I'm just saying.
I'm not Michael Jackson.
I'm just saying. Don't.
Let's get that shit
Don't
straight
do it.
right now,
Don't do
Ty.
it. Don't do it.
But I agree when it becomes too much, like, and they get addicted to it or something to that effect. They want to be there every day, you know, and that just you can't have it because you need your adult time, right? Everybody needs their adult time. But I agree with you in general. It's a tough one. So you didn't get sleep because the child was in the bed. Is that what I'm understanding?
Always. It's hard for me to sleep. I don't ever turn off my mind, you know, so I'm a light sleeper.
Yeah.
So when I finally do go down, as soon as she wants to snuggle,
Yeah. Oh, what's snugglers?
it kills me.
It doesn't kill you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I hold back, like, you know, because when you're asleep and you're waking up, it's like your primal instinct kicks in before your rational instinct kicks in.
Oh,
So-
jeez.
so it's like, you're like,
For a
oh,
minute, I'm
not-
like, get
not-
all
not-
warm and
not
fuzzy.
like that.
He wants to kill somebody. Primal instinct meaning I understand you were not going the dirty way.
Yeah,
you were
shut
going
it
to
down, like,
throw somebody out of the bed kind of
Moving
way.
the leg like, I need space.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, but I have the
You have
dogs.
kids.
I know. I'm saying in the
You
bed.
have 5 kids
Yeah, I
and
have
5
5
dogs.
kids.
He
Got a
has-
lot
That
of
could be
kids.
just as bad.
I'm just saying.
It is.
I
The
feel
dog-
like they're just as
the
restless.
dogs are worse.
Dogs are worst.
Let's get
They're
something straight
so
about
ridiculous.
Dee's dog, and he'll correct us if I'm wrong, but he will not correct us because I'm not wrong. His dogs are outside a portion of the day, a good portion of the day, and his yard has become a sand lot.
Yeah.
He ain't vacuuming the dogs before they get in bed. He's not wiping them down. He's not a dirty guy. He's like me. We're very clean people,
Yeah.
but it don't matter because his wife fucking flops down and shit, and them dogs are on top of her, and he really got nothing to say. So he's just covered. But I'm sure in the morning he's like,
Oh, dude.
he's got sand in his mouth,
I'm
or
like-
his balls.
You don't make them take a bath with you?
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
No.
and these are big dogs. He's got 4 big. Well,
Big
one's
dogs.
dead. I mean, one's living dead.
No.
She don't get up.
She's
on
my
the bed.
baby.
Yeah, I know. Well, she's your baby because you've had her for 40
Yeah,
years.
she's-
The
she's-
dogs should be gone. We've talked about on show 1, the dog should be gone. But this dog, she don't go out in the sand. She kind of hangs out in the
Yeah.
house because she really can't move that
She's
much.
the OG.
But the other 3 are like within under 3 years
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
and they are just fucking tear that shit up. Come right into bed. I bet you there's days they go right from outside to the bed. How close?
Yeah.
Does she have a,
Yeah.
does she have a stair lift to get up
And she
into
always
the bed?
justifies
jump
it.
right
She's
up.
like, oh, it's my baby.
There's no justification of it.
She's it is what it is. Happy wife, happy life.
Of course. So we, so I back to the child in the bed. Yeah, I agree. Especially if the thing that will drive me nuts about the child in the bed will be it's real cute and cuddly in the beginning. It's so sweet. I love it, because I'll go back to back with her, and then she'll kind of flop an arm over on you, that kind of thing, But then when she's out, it's fucking brutal. It becomes the kick, the face. She moves. She sits up. She's all of a sudden
Always got a
becomes,
jagged edge towards your back or something. Yeah,
and they
man.
become like
The
possessed.
sharpest
Yeah, dude.
nails.
and they-
Sharpest toenails.
Yeah.
and they become possessed. Like there are days my kid will just sit right up like Annabelle.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You talk about primal instinct. I want to just put fucking I want to gouge her eyes out, make sure she's a human being because they get very possessed by whatever they're sleeping with. It's fucking terrifying.
My daughter doesn't sleep with us, but she does some weird shit at night. Like at night, like I'll be in bed like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and all of a sudden I'm hearing, it's all dark in my room. I'm looking at my phone. All of a sudden I look over and she's fucking right in my face. Like scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, at least I see mine coming because she'll come. How do we talk about 1,000 times? We put her to bed. She'll walk by me 50 times. Can I get Cheez-Its? Can I get water? Can I get this? And then she'll be like, can I sleep with you? I'm like, you dirty.
Yeah, and then when I go, what are you doing? She's just like, I just want to talk to you. What?
Yeah.
And she, nothing. And she goes,
Yeah, the best is, we'll have a long day and all that. We'll just be like, hey, girls, can we get, dad times, all of us sitting out and they do, bouncing a ball, bounce volleyball, hitting us in the head. And because they want to hear everything. I don't know how old yours is, but ours are 10, right? So they want to hear everything.
wanna
They
know all
want to
the
know
gossip.
what's going on, and we just sit there and you'll get to know it soon with that little notebook. I shred it all, right? I will sit there. I don't judge, I shred. It's not even true. I have questions. And if I don't understand it or believe it, I'm not gonna just accept it, if that makes sense, right? But going to that notebook, which is so fucking fantastic, is I love our guests that come in and they're ready. Right? And
ready.
we have, if you've watched our shows, and I know you have, we have the captain, and the captain loves to write shit down and put notes in his phone. But at least you just glance at this guy's like, what'd I put that there? What'd I say there? He's digging through shit. He's pulling shit out. And the man's like,
one's a
fucking-
knock-knock joke, one's a fucking talking.
Yeah, we have no idea what the fuck is coming at us. Okay, so let's get into why we're here. So this is why, Podcast Land, you are seeing us the way you are seeing us. We are feeling really no pain right now, and we're going to try to get it together. Why are we frozen? Okay, so talk to us. What did you bring on the agenda, my friend?
Well, it feels very uneventful from how you brought me in with that introduction.
Well, give me a topic give me one of your most, your passionate topic of what you feel is a big conspiracy. Now, are we talking global conspiracy? Are we talking United States government conspiracy? Like you obviously just said your mind doesn't shut off, right? So at what point are you sitting up and what's keeping you up at night? Is it just all the shit, or are you on current events?
Oh, current events, AI. I think it's been
AI.
done
Let's
a lot.
go with AI. All right.
AI, yeah. Dude, there's so much AI right now. You don't even know what is fucking real. We talked about this before in the past. I watch shit and I fucking believe it.
You don't believe it?
I believe it.
Yeah. I know you believe everything.
It's
That's
crazy.
just the way you operate.
I'm sorry.
It's only because you know that the cat can't actually change the baby's diaper.
Yeah,
and then take
that
it
one
out
I'm like,
and open the
oh,
door
that
and walk
cat
on
is,
2 feet.
that guy's a millionaire. That guy's fucking got it all.
Garfield's real.
So what AI is bothering you at this point? All of it?
You know, it's funny. I'm bipolar with it. I'm conflicted because I could see the benefit of AI, which is funny because before we rolled into this, I was thinking something along the lines of customer service.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I was really going to sell some AI with a story I had.
Yeah.
But
Okay, go ahead.
I'll tell you, before he starts, I think they should go with AI and customer service because I tell you what, when I go to customer service, I'm ready to wring somebody's neck up, and maybe if it's fake, I won't.
But why?
Because they don't show up. If you're in customer service, you got to show up.
Yeah, but if you think about this, you can't get angry. You can't get. Let's talk about the customer service. Let's just start there. What I guess you have to narrow it down to, if you're talking about somebody who owns the store and you are trying to get customer service from them that owns the store, you have every right to want to wring their neck if they're not doing their job.
Yeah, dude.
If the person that you're getting angry at, let's just. Again, to me, it depends where it comes from, right? Because if you go to Best Buy, let's just say Best Buy, because I've fucking been dealing with these cameras for the last 6 months, right? So we're at Best Buy, and that customer service is a bunch of fucking kids that is trying, but I can't get mad. How could I be mad at them because they don't own the store? Right, they don't. They're there.
They took the job, though.
I know, but it's not about that. They're not rude. They're just not informed well enough. And I think that's the corporation's fault for not training these children.
That's the problem, right? If they're not informed and you're sitting there asking questions, then go get somebody. Don't sit there and give them with an attitude and then make me sit there.
If they come with an attitude,
that's what drives me the most. It's like I'll use an example. We went to dinner for an anniversary recently. Mm-hmm. We sat there with a whole table of people, right?
Yeah.
She overwhelmed herself because she took on another big party, right? In my opinion, when you're asking her, hey, can you get me an extra tea or something like that? There's an eye roll or this. Again, set it up in a way that the customer service is present.
Yeah.
I shouldn't get an eye roll when I'm having an experience eating my food at an anniversary party that you took on another party.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's the shit that bugs me.
See, I didn't see the eye rolls and shit like that. I know what the party's talking about.
Right.
I just don't know that. I don't recall the eye rolls, but you're right. If there's eye rolls and shit going on, then that's a problem, because why in the fuck are you pissed off?
Of course. And there's no accountability, and I can't say no accountability. In most fields that I see, because we talked, with service, and he'll get into an experience, I'm sure, where they show up to deliver something, and then they act like, fuck it, it is what it is. I broke this, I broke that. I'm the wrong company to talk to them. Yeah. You're fucking at my house. You're doing something for me that I paid for in full. Yeah. And again, another experience.
Hold on, you can't get.
No. I'm trying to. I don't want to tell a story, but I'm just saying. I'm saying another experience. We bought a cabinet.
Did you started?
No, we bought a cabinet. We bought a big island, right? Yeah. We paid for it. They said if you buy the table, they'll deliver it. It's been fucking 4 weeks. We're calling the people, and they said, we'll call you right back. And they never call.
The guy
For
is supposed-
6 fucking weeks,
But
we
I
can't
thought
get a hold of the guy.
But I thought he said he was
No.
8 weeks out.
No, they said that they would have it delivered.
Yeah.
And we still are waiting, and we don't even know if it's coming. I think he sold it.
I just learned that's a big
That's
one.
what I'm saying.
That's a big one, yeah.
You
All right, so
can't-
what
okay,
about
sorry.
you? Yeah, well, no, you're not.
No,
I'm
sorry.
not mad. I want to call that guy. What do you got?
Well, as far as your server experience, because I used to be a server at one point,
Right.
but rather than taking on the quantity of multiple parties for an average scale tip, I would rather have less parties and more personalization.
That's
with
how
the
it should
party.
be.
So
That's how it should be.
You get that exceptional tip,
Great.
versus subpar or mediocre spread out across the board just through strength in numbers scenario.
And I think you'll earn more money.
Are you? Yeah, probably. on some-
Probably.
Well, I think a lot of the bigger parties they make you force a tip
Automatic.
in. Yeah.
Automatic.
So now
And then
you're
they
not going to
really
get.
But you
stuck.
still some tip more.
Well, they can tip more, right?
Right.
But they can't tip less. There's a
Last
difference.
night, the experience. I walked on because I was waxed, but I was like, man, it takes this guy forever to drink a beer. But the guy was fucking by himself serving everybody.
Yeah.
So he was,
And
you
he
know,
tried.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
He really did a good job.
100%.
Let's go back to your AI though. Are you talking? So what you're saying? The AI what we're talking about is good and bad customer service, right? But you're talking about the conspiracy behind the AI. So what conspiracy do you feel AI is? That's the root of it.
Well, here's the thing. Once it becomes conscious, there's no way it's going to see human society as a valuable partnership anymore.
But it can never become conscious.
Oh, it will.
It
will.
can't.
In fact,
It can't have feelings. It can't have emotions.
I know eventually we'll branch off into biblical stuff, but it makes sense that we're trending that direction towards like Revelation. But
Yeah, but wait. But that's what I understand. It's never going to be able to feel.
It might draw emotion.
No, how could it? Of course,
AI
draw
might draw-
emotion.
yeah, draw emotion.
My fucking Creed draws me emotion,
Of
bro.
course.
I cry when I hear his song. Gone Too Soon makes me want to fucking cry every single time. But he's talking about AI being conscious, where it can feel the question you're answering as in a human emotion. But how could that possibly be? You can't program emotion, right? I mean,
I don't know.
I guess they can
possible.
program the infliction. They can program something where AI will mimic an infliction in voices. That I can accept, but it can never truly. It can only be programmed to do so much. It can never actually feel the emotion because the emotion is coming from if it hits a certain decibel level. You know what I'm saying? Or
But
lower.
do you think a full level scale of emotion has to be implied for self-preservation?
That's a good question. Repeat that question
Yeah,
one more time.
I didn't understand. What'd you say?
Yeah, that Dees is out of that.
I'm
one.
out.
Say that again.
Let me get close to the mic.
That was good.
Yeah, that
Full
was a great
scale
question.
level of emotion
Yeah.
to equate to self-preservation.
I don't think. How do they correlate? How is self-preservation?
First of all, you guys are not going to keep using big words.
Yeah,
I don't
you
understand
might
a
have to
fucking
stay-
thing you're saying.
Just
ridiculous.
Just about to
podcast
learn
line.
something. Hey, we bring this guy in. It's got to be technical. But that I don't know that those two can actually correlate. And maybe I'm missing the point. But how can our self-preservation be dictated by something that we've created and we control? So AI can never kill us off. Unless
I don't know.
Not
I don't
true.
know.
I thought
Maybe
about
in a
this.
doctor sense.
There's the Terminator sense where this thing gets granted its physical body and maybe it's mass produced, which Elon Musk is working on the Gen 3 bots and there's other producers in China and stuff.
Sure.
You got to consider the fact right? So when you go in for radiology screenings and these things can identify something, supposedly in deep tissue or something like that, an anomaly.
Yep.
And then it can give a recommendation of a treatment or a process of treatment. What's to say that thing can't recommend a process of self-destructing treatment for your DNA?
Okay, I
Interesting.
can buy that. But you know what? I can also buy that the doctor gets the diagnosis wrong also. I can also buy. I can also 100% buy that the drugs that we perceive to take or they want to experiment with us on are not the right ones that are going to kill us off anyway. At the end of the day, at this stage of the game, for the 1 trillion years we've been around, that this planet has sustained life, right? Things are definitely going to die.
Let me ask you a question on that.
They're going to die.
Let me ask you a question. If you had a choice, to deal with a doctor or an AI in the future, whatever it may be, do you feel you'll get a better diagnosis to your issue from a guy who's learning what he learned out of college, or the guy or the AI system that has drawn all the information from certain fields to get you the answer? What would you rather have? I mean, that's kind of mind-boggling,
Hold on.
DEI hire?
It's a great, it's a great question, and it's already happening, bud.
Right.
But it's been happening since doctors have become doctors. They do not walk into us. They do not walk into us and say, "Hey, you." I'm just gonna guess. So every 100%. They don't. They shouldn't. They should. Or they're that ambulance driver.
Right. Exactly.
But doctors rely on previous. I mean, the human body is made up of components that they can see, touch, and feel, and they've opened up a body 1,000 times. They can pretend to know everything about the brain. They can pretend to know, but they don't. We know they don't. So at the end of the day, but they do know what functions each and every body part should accomplish.
It's
right?
like familiarity at the moment.
Correct. And so when you're saying that, they are literally doing that now because they're making diagnoses off of previous and past situations to get the best diagnosis of what you have. So what you're saying is, yes, what I take if and again, we say this AI, it's not some fucking monk on a hill with a fucking headphones and a direct line of this guide that everybody wants to buy into, right? Or want us to buy into. This is all information that's been gathered through the internet since the creation of the internet.
Yeah, right.
Just for the creation of internet, because remember, before internet, we didn't have any of this, right?
Right.
So the information that they took that was put previous to the internet, it was written in books. So those books were eventually put into the internet, right? So at the end of the day, we're talking about, you're 100% talking about the same concept. So to answer that question, would I take an AI diagnosis when it's going to calculate a lot more than he can as my doctor and possibly know more because it has more information? Because everything about life and all that is one thing, information, is it not? So if I can gather all the information to make a better hypothesis or an educated guess, wouldn't you take that? Yes.
You would, but where would accountability lie in that?
Well, there's
would it lie if it got it wrong? If it got it wrong and something happened, where would you go? Who do you go to for that diagnosis? Yeah, right. I don't.
But that's the same way as your doctor. So what? You know what? You go. If we're going to talk,
I think the doctor has
specific,
more accountability.
100%. But let's go back to that for a second, okay? So the accountability will be if you're the doctor that relied on the AI that gave me that information and then said, okay, hey, this is where we get this information from. I'm going to diagnose you on that. That's the accountability. Whatever hospital is there and the AI got it wrong, because it's not going to be AI. I'm not going to call Dr. AI. Right? I'm not going to call some anonymous phone number, okay? An anonymous phone number and say, what do you think about me? And it's going to be nobody behind it. Somewhere along the line, because AI is not going to, God forbid, Amazon stops dropping drones with IV bags in our front yard, right? Well, we got to, or hands you a fucking knife and says, take out your own gallbladder. Yeah. Then we're in fucking trouble. Yeah. You think I want this guy after the night he had last night?
I would do it.
Doing my gallbladder?
I would do it.
I know you would.
And I would blame it all on AI.
But I would, and I would. If somebody give me a knife and tell me to cut somebody open, oh my God!
Under socialism, that might be what you get.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
exactly.
Now you
the burger flipper gets what the doctor gets paid.
This is what
I'll give you an eye roll.
This is what I will and will not accept about socialism. Okay, look, I look at it this way. This country is fucked in healthcare. Okay, you may call socialism bullshit, but in socialism, regardless of who the fuck you are, everybody has healthcare. You may have to wait online for a kidney, but you're in line for a kidney. Here, If you can't afford the kidney, you ain't getting the kidney. So I agree with you. Socialism has certain disadvantages, but if we're talking specific, case-specific healthcare, I think forget adults. If you don't want to buy health care and take care of yourself, that's on you. Every fucking child should have the ability to be saved.
100%.
And
100%.
socialism gives them that ability. And somebody's going to debate me and tell me, hey, see, you don't know what socialism is. I know the socialist part because Canada does it, right? They go up there, you go up there, you get a kidney, you're in line for a kidney, you're getting a fucking kidney when it comes due. You may have to wait, but you're going to be in line.
You wait till you're waiting yourself into that grave before that kidney.
At least there's hope. At least there's hope. Here, there's no hope. If I don't have the clout, I got no kidney, bro. If I don't have the insurance and I go to the ER and get the fucking kidney, they're gonna take everything I own anyway because the kidney costs $1.5 million. I'd rather go on the dark web and find it from a fucking monkey. Wouldn't you?
That's the sad thing. That's what's going on.
100% right. Come on, think about it. Tell me, am I wrong?
China's growing organs, aren't they?
Yeah, that's even better. Everybody, poor China. Poor China's the one that's always.
Jet Li came out looking like 20 years fresh.
Yeah.
Poor China's the only one that gets shit on all the time. How come nobody says India? India's growing. Every time we use those comments, it's always China. It's been put in our head that, like, China, I've been to China. They're not growing kidneys. They're making fucking shitty toys. When I went to
I know that to be true.
They're making shitty toys, and they're trying to peddle their own shitty toys.
I bought something from Temu, and I know it's true because I seen a Chinese person run up and drop it.
It's fucking...
and it was not the picture I bought. The flashlight was supposed to be this big. It was this big.
Did that authenticate that it was delivered and handled from China?
I don't even understand why I was even on that site, but it just, again, I feel like you're right. I do feel like the AI is going to be into a biblical sense at some point. I do. I think it's already in my mind starting to happen just by the initial.
It still needs, hey, look, if the robot that you're going to buy from China, okay, it's going to need to be charged. It's not going to be indestructible.
Nope.
How is it going to run?
The Gen 3 plugs itself in.
Look, okay,
that's crazy.
I take
it knows when it's low and it goes to sleep and plugs itself into the wall, just like Bicentennial Man, right? With Robin Williams.
Yeah.
That thing was self-sustaining.
You have to bring me to one of those because I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Okay, it plugs itself in. Great. Yeah. You know what I do? I cover all the plugs. Now what? Or I fucking put it in a room with no plugs. Now what? What are we doing now? Is this thing gonna, if we're talking Terminator shit, then we got no shot.
They're self-learning. You assume that thing couldn't diagnose a wall plug and say, oh, there's something obstructing it. Let me free it up.
Yeah.
That's stretching. You're stretching on me, bro.
No. That's the
I believe you.
Thing. That
is scary,
thing
but
about the quantum processing of these internal
we'll be dead before
engines.
that happens. It'll be our kids that have to deal with that. Hey, Bo, if you're out there, and Evan's not. He's dying.
Easy.
Come on, bro. If he's got to fight the robots, Evan's not. He's not fighting the robots.
We're fighters.
He's not fighting. Bo's going to start the fight. He's going to lose. Don't care. My guy will be dead too. It's going to take a little.
I'm going to wait
longer.
for the guy to show up that's going to save
Chris?
me from the.
What's Chris?
Come with me if you want to live. I want that guy.
It didn't even work for the X-Men in Future Past.
Right, exactly.
Those Sentinels were the same.
I have a friend of mine. Speaking of conspiracy, I have a friend of mine who we learned last night. Right, he came down to visit us from New York. Obviously, again, shout out to my tribe. He found it to be a joke as a dude to get a belly ring. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, not
What's
me.
the joke? I'm missing the joke. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Encore.
It was the funniest thing
Those seem like they should be feminine.
Yeah, it was just very funny. He won because it was fun. He got it.
He got it
with a diamond.
Now, did you recommend the high cut like 1980
I did.
style T-shirt?
I said you might as well show it.
I was like, it's not noticeable.
All right, so it's not. It was very funny. But he came all the way from New York, and we appreciate him coming. I love him to death. I've known him a long time, and but he's like, hey, look what I did, and he's like, my bitch loves it. I said, okay. And he pulled up his shirt. I said, are you fucking kidding? I looked at it. I said, he's got a belly ring.
Please tell me.
He's straight. He's a straight guy.
We're this close to Christmas, but please tell me you bought him an ornament to hang from that.
I told him. He said it was infected. I said, take it out. He told me he couldn't. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, what's the next conspiracy? So
never
AI.
go away.
AI is not, I disagree. I don't think AI is going to kill me. I think AI can be a good thing. I think anything can get out of control if it is. But again, Y2K was supposed to kill us all.
I think AI is more tangible though.
We're going to find out.
Because Y2K was more like, oh, this is gonna happen. You're seeing AI in front of you, like it's already happening.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I'm not
don't
seeing
think-
any robots walk around.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
seeing that.
all.
I think
AI
you're gonna.
is
I think
bad.
you're gonna see that.
I
What?
think some is kind of a necessity, like for instance, customer service, right?
Yeah. That's very difficult for that AI shit because you just pushing the button. You need to talk to somebody because it's your inflection. It's your let me explain what I started, where I went, instead of phrases and words for
Yeah.
them to direct you somewhere
Well, hear
where
me
they
out.
eventually give you something.
We all work around people, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about the average character who is the Gen Zer and the Generation X. Like, what kind of work ethic are they bringing to the table? What are they even learning?
But that's not AI. That's just bad. Yeah.
That's the
parenting.
point. That I think that's why there's this big push for the AI, because there's a lack of workforce that's reliable, dependable.
That's
good
that's
work
true
ethic,
nowadays.
Good, consistent work ethic.
That is
But
true
again,
nowadays.
okay, so I know another guy, right? We have a lot of people. My father's a big construction guy, right? And he was one of the Teamsters, right? I don't know that you're gonna have AI, picking up garbage. I don't know that you're gonna have
No, they
AI.
do.
It happens already. It's already in
Yeah.
play.
But a guy coming off the back of a truck, like a robot coming off the road.
No, they have it to where these trucks do it themselves.
Transformer.
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah, the ones
without
that-
anybody there,
Oh wow.
without anybody driving it.
It's just an arm. It grabs
It's
it.
already it like literally like it's just there.
That's the sad part.
That's the crazy
that we're
shit, right?
losing jobs. What do you do with all these people that can't make money? Are we all supposed to sell shit on Temu? Are we also? That's the problem. That is the problem. And you know whose fault that is, Ty? The fucking corporations. If the corporation is going to go and take a truck that has no driver and does not have anybody on the back of it to fucking pick the garbage up or whatever the case may be, right? And they're the taxi cabs. You're putting so many people out of work. How do you expect them to make? What are they going
Think
to
about
make
it.
money?
Think about it. Bro. Hold on, I'm sorry. Think about it. These guys who drive over the road and putting the hours in, no longer driving. They're just sending it on its way. I mean, they fucking do it with pizza. You see that little fucking robot that drives around and delivers pizza?
That's the sad part. You're killing.
That is a huge part of our economy, right?
But the economy becomes, unfortunately, the economy has the potential to become stronger from that because the simple fact is you can get more done, right?
You get more done, but you lose.
Again, what are you doing with all those people?
Yeah.
They're all done, bro. They're all done.
Nope. This is where you elevate yourself.
Okay.
So
To what?
Think about this. That arm on that robot on that truck goes down.
Yeah.
A human's gonna fix it.
You just told me, but let's say a robot comes in and fix it too.
Well, there could be that too.
Those Chinese robots that are.
But at some point through the trickle down effect, somebody's got to manufacture something and know how to work on it until it becomes self.
Exactly.
That's all in one field, technology, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody else just loses out.
Yeah.
STEM.
We watched speaking of fixing shit. We watched the most horrific video the other day of a fucking dude walking into. Did you see that in Volusia County? The guy who was just on trial for killing that other guy. He walked in. And this older guy was looking over his desk at a car dealer, and this young douchebag walked in with a metal bat and fucking took the biggest swing. If it knocked him out, knocked him down, he got up. 3 days later, he died, and the son of bitches went to jail. That'd have been nice if AI was there, or the bat electrified, or the fucking. You know what's gonna be nice? When he gets to jail and all them motherfuckers are lining him up, beating the fuck out of him because he took out an old man for no reason. Took out an old man for no reason. I'm speaking AI because I think AI is going to be the fixing cars and shit. They won't do that.
Force
shit.
field go around.
They won't do that shit. They won't do that shit.
Man.
I just hope I'm alive when this force fields. I hope I'm alive when I can fly. I hope I'm alive when I can fly.
Well, they got the
think
flying
about it.
car coming out next year.
No, they do not.
Couldn't even have a
Ty,
fucking crane to pick
do
you
know,
up.
Do you know how many people are going to die then? Think about it. You've been on these roads, bro. You're gonna have Billy, the bartender, leaving his shift at 7 o'clock at night and flying his car home? That's not an accident waiting to
dude,
happen.
because
Like
We can't
day
even
one.
figure out
The
hoverboards.
person doesn't
Can't figure
fly
out
it.
skateboards, guy.
Yeah.
The person doesn't fly it. It's like
Who flying? I'm hanging on it.
you know those high end
Ty, no.
drones that are
Ty.
self stabilizing.
Ty.
This is legit.
It's legit.
No.
He's right. I've seen it.
These
I've
things
seen
measure
it. I hate that song.
altitude and
I
everything.
hate that song.
No. I'm not buying it.
You don't see those
Not buying
videos?
it.
You got to see those videos, bro.
Yeah.
Test
And
it
I don't know if they're real
self-drive.
because it's AI.
You know,
I mean, it looks.
look,
There's a lot of shit that's
They're
probably
real.
out there we don't know.
they're not real.
I think they're real.
They're not. Aliens aren't real. God's not real.
I'm
and
not
me
gonna
flying
say
a car.
Dude,
aliens
you
aren't
you
real.
cannot
'Cause
believe
I
for
don't-
one fucking second that we're the only ones here.
No, we are the only ones on this planet. Yes, we are probably the only ones. We will. There are
ever.
entities
Those are
out
aliens.
there. You're right.
To us, they're aliens.
You're right. You're 100% right.
Right.
Yes, I apologize. I take that back. I say that we are not the only people in the universe.
There you go.
Or entities. I don't know if they probably don't look like us, right? But we'll never ever fucking see them. They're way too far away. It's too hard to get there. You just can't create. I don't think any civilization of any type can create something that's going to be able to go a million light years away or any of that kind of stuff. Elon Musk is not going to live fucking forever, right? And he's an anomaly now. He's a very smart guy, obviously, right? You appreciate his ingenuity and all that stuff, but it's just never going to happen. We're definitely not the only life form out there, but there's just in our little solar system there. I would say, right? We're called the solar system, the sun, and all that shit. We are definitely. We know that we're the only ones here. But in our galaxy, there's probably more out there, but we're never going to get to.
Well, I think
Never
how
gonna get
you
to it.
find that to be a far stretch, I find more to be a far stretch. Not that they don't exist, but that one could just crash land on Earth after traversing
Yes.
multiple solar
100%.
systems and galaxies.
Dead. He's dead and rotted for sure.
Even if
You know?
even if like Bigfoot and all these fucking things you believed in your past show up in these days and they can crash through your fucking house right now,
Yeah.
Nobody would believe it. If you had footage of it, nobody would believe it. It could be a real fucking thing that you're dealing
Yeah,
with, and
right.
they would all think it's AI.
Thanks
AI.
to Chinese fucking invasion. All right,
Let him
so-
out, Area 51. Let him out.
So we got into the aliens. So I agree. I believe that yes, there are life forms out there, but I just think you're right. If it's traversed, but something's gonna crash. If it can make it through into our atmosphere. Remember, shit burns up coming through. So at the end of the day, what was that?
I don't know.
What the fuck
still
is
on there.
something's beeping?
Somebody
Everything's
breaching our atmosphere.
Maybe I'll
AI.
go.
It's
we're
fucking
gonna-
AI, bro.
We're gonna wait for our GoPro
whistling
one day
at
is gonna
us.
go on fire.
Try it.
That's what's gonna happen. We're just gonna because you guys aren't even seeing this, right? Dees, you don't know what it takes that I want to just smash this fucking computer and this fucking thing, everything. You know the rage that I get because this little bitch keeps fucking going, and you haven't seen the cameras yet. I'm like,
Well, I'll say
and I
this.
keep.
At least
You
it's
see me unplugging it,
You
right?
gotta love the AI.
Yeah, fuck the fucking AI should fix this shit. Where's the fucking Chinese guy? Get Yang back. Just don't put the fan on. We had a comedian on, and she was telling me the fan was sucking her soul,
soul
or
out.
some shit. Yeah, you know, it's sucking her soul out.
She
The
must have
fact
been
that
really tiny.
She was tiny, dude. She weighed like 20 pounds.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and she was drinking tea. She was a really great guest. To be fine, I think we made her funny, but that was AI, bro. And then it wears off when I get rid of when Sherpa goes and gets caught up in an avalanche, right? Because he
I thought
got
it was
cured.
a shark accident.
No, he went
Yeah,
skiing.
he's-
he came back. He went skiing.
he's in a coma. He's in a
No,
coma.
he's back in the coma. He when he left, you figure that we would have these little glitches here and there, right? It's the same way when Yang left and said, "Oh, the fan's sucking my life out." 2 weeks later, this motherfucker tells me that. He's like, "The
It
fan
was.
is hurting." I said,
It's a
"Bro,
real thing.
I said, it's a real thing. I said, "That's conspiracy." I said, "No, bro." And then his stacks. She's like, we always had to worry about like, oh, what time is the show? Because Sherpa and his family have things to do. Blah blah blah. All that bullshit, right? The first fucking week he's not here. This one's like, I want my husband on Saturdays. I said, bitch, they're gone. You ain't starting it. You ain't picking up where they left off, man. All right, next. So aliens. We're into aliens. Yeah, they're out there. You do believe there are aliens living amongst us? Is that one of your conspiracies that you believe that the government is, again, this government is telling us that we are not being
Yes,
shown
but
the aliens?
I don't think of them as like aliens as they exist now in that word or vocabulary. But again, in the Bible, I mean, it mentions Nephilim,
you really want to get to
fallen
that Bible, bro.
angels. No. It all still coincides. It works. I'm able to go back and forth between the two subjects. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, seriously, just like dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
They were called dragons. People are like, well, dinosaurs and man didn't exist, but they did. There's fossilized proof in Texas in a riverbed at some national park.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, fossils.
So dinosaurs
were created at the
exist.
same
You believe
time.
dinosaurs
Oh,
exist?
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. And
They were
do
called
people
dragons originally, but
Yeah. Oh, back in the day, right? How could they not be, right? The way they saw them. It's interesting because 100% on that one we agree that I can't imagine people would fight shit like that. I can't imagine. One of the ones we argue about all the time is the moon landing. Why lie to us? Like, why'd you lie to us? And if you are lying, again, why? What is the benefit of it? And then Russia's lying to their people, and China's, again, there is no purpose to go to the moon. You're right. There is no purpose.
I don't
for
think
that shit.
I don't think they went.
Yeah, see, you don't.
I don't believe
I
it.
just say, why would they lie? Why would they lie? But wait, before your eyes lit up. Don't get all excited.
I just don't think they went.
Yeah, don't get all excited. My question for you is this: what? They were called dragons. So you're saying that it's annoying that people don't believe that dinosaurs were real. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that I think a lot of people believe they're real because we have fossil records of them. But the problem that they don't wrap their mind around is that they existed along with humans and they weren't separated by millions of years.
That one, okay? No,
I want that one.
I just again. What the fuck? Who the fuck's what? How? There's just no way, bro. Do you believe we evolved from apes?
You mean like cavemen type shit? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. You think men and women lived among dinosaurs?
I don't listen, man.
Yes.
I'm not
There's
by no
ancient
means.
pottery.
Ancient pottery?
Yeah.
Not that old.
Oh yeah.
You ain't seen a million
pottery.
year
You don't
old
think
pottery.
they're
Where
like-
the fuck?
Nah,
What museum are
Mexico.
you at?
In
Mexico.
Mexico.
Dude, don't think get Mexico is a bad boob job.
You know what's funny though? Like a lot of the pottery that gets turned into the Smithsonian ends up acquiring a lot of these things.
I
right?
like this guy. You're fucking.
I told
And
you.
then
I'll
they-
never
and
say
then
you're
they go
nuts.
into cataloging and hiding
Because
but,
that's not fair. That's just that's like accusatory and shit. I
He's
I
on
respect
it.
your beliefs.
I do too.
Bro, there's no million old pottery. Bring me one.
well, I don't think.
Yeah,
the
he's
Earth
not
is
allowed.
millions
It's
of
worth a
years.
lot of money.
You don't think the Earth is a million years old? How old do you
It's
think the Earth
guarded.
is?
Conservatively, probably 6,600 to 10,000.
You don't think we're 10,000 years old, but we have they scientifically have with theories, right? Everybody has the theories because again, scientists created the scientific theories. That's the Newtons and the Einsteins of the world. But they can now date things. So if they've dated them. So how? Okay, so if the Earth is 10,000 years old, how do we have pottery from a million years ago?
So the guy that even created carbon dating stated in his hypothesis the initial flaw would be that if we considered that the Earth is a closed system and that it's no longer evaporating those materials that they measure, which is radioactive carbon C14, and the half-life of that is 5,730 years.
Okay.
So you would have to have a closed system that's already reached a state of equilibrium so you can adjust for the fact that the radioactive C14 in the atmosphere that we consume, that the plants take in, and that the vegetable-eating animals that we consume take in, and then that's how it's transferred to us when we consume them.
Right.
But it's at a stable, concentrated rate that's evenly consistent.
But then again, I asked the question.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, but then I asked the question: how do you have million-year-old pottery? If we're only 10,000 years, you just blew your own theory out of the water.
So I don't believe that there's million-year-old pottery, but at the same time, how did they measure it, and what was the concentration of C14 versus the decay rate? And at 5,730 years, you're going to run into a problem eventually with math, anyways. After so many decimals.
Yeah, but so to you, the Earth was created. The life form, obviously, the Earth has got to be older than 10,000 years. It's just in a line 10,000 years ago. Oh, so you think everything happened 10,000 years ago?
The reason I don't think so is
what don't you think so?
Picture it like this, right? With energy applied. right? The
Wait, but
second
my
law of
question.
thermodynamic.
Don't
Go ahead.
come off my question.
All right.
Don't scientific me out of a fucking question.
I love it.
All right. The
I love
question
it. Keep
is,
going.
if you're saying the Earth is 10,000 years ago, so at 10,000 years ago was the first little pop-up plant that came that it started all this life. What happened 10,000 years ago? What is your creation? So nothing was here up until 10,000 years ago.
Correct.
And then that's a tough one, bro.
Well, let me
that's
ask
a tough
you this:
one, but
you
10,000.
You said
That's
you
yesterday.
just turned 55 at the beginning of your podcast, right?
Yes.
So consider this: like I was born in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
what was the Earth's population in the 80s?
Yeah, of course.
It was what, like 1.5 billion or something?
Don't ask me.
Yeah. You know what?
But now
we
now
love
we're at
Dees,
over
but what's
7
happening?
billion,
Of
and that
course.
only took
But
the
that's
span
not-
of 40 years.
Correct. That's
that
not
is
bad.
like quantitative,
Correct. Correct.
application.
Yeah. I mean, because we're not. You see, first of all,
And
this
it
is
wasn't one
poor
plant.
D over there is like, duh. He has no idea. Some of it's, but you're hanging in there, bro.
I'm hanging in
You're
there.
hanging in there.
No,
But
it is interesting.
No,
is
see,
what he's talking
No,
about, though.
no,
What,
no, no.
10,000
Here's a
years.
conspiracy.
10,000
No.
years.
Is-
I believe I'm with you on that. It's like yesterday.
Yeah, it's yesterday. No way.
But what created that? I mean, he's trying to explain that, and it's like, is that a
No, he didn't say. He's not saying what created. He's saying at that point it was created.
It was created by what,
is
though?
This is now you're getting that Bible, bro. I can feel it. Are you saying 10,000 years ago some wizard waved his magic wand and it all became together?
Wait.
Is that
wait.
He didn't
Ty-
have
What
a wave
created?
wand, he
What?
spoke.
Do
Is
you
that
have a
what he
theory
spoke?
before we get into
See,
that?
it's about
He spoke.
no, bro.
Life into
no,
existence.
no.
I'm with him on that.
Is
'Cause, you know,
anybody?
No.
Are you a
No.
big sciencey guy?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Science is
Hold on,
proven.
hold
You're
on.
not.
Whether you do or you don't, have you ever heard of string theory?
No, I do. I've not heard of
You
string
never
theory.
heard of string theory?
String
I
theory. I'm
haven't
about
heard
to.
of-
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, yeah,
you got my attention
All
now.
right, so picture musical instruments like the piano
Yeah.
can play A key, B key, etc.
Of course.
So with the string theory, it's talking about like cosmic vibrations, and even though two different instruments can play the same chord,
Yeah.
they sound differently, but they're on the same frequency wave.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's due to the strength of the chord. That's due to the size of the chord. That's due to the length that the chord is out there being strung out. That's why they can I mean, again, but it all has to come to play A across everything. It has to be the same consistency. It has to be the same strength. It has to be the same distance. You can't take your string of hair and be this thing and mine being this thing and make it tune it into an A without manipulating to make it the same consistency, size, and things like that. Correct? I mean, you have to agree with that. I mean, we can do that now on a guitar, right? But what would that have to do with the fact that a god spoke and said, "Rise from the rocks"? Well, where do we come from?
Can you tell that when I speak, I'm speaking in a frequency?
Yes.
And now you have a string theory born at the beginning of existence with quantum mechanical theory applying the fact that the being that created this dimensional space brought everything from another area because see, time, space, and matter can't be created nor destroyed. It's a constant.
Correct.
So that implies that it didn't start here, it came from somewhere else, and that being that spoke us into existence brought it from some other dimension.
Oh, I like that, bro. I like that.
That's Spider-Man shit.
Dude, no, that.
No.
What else could it be?
doesn't- 'cause
What's your theory on it?
The theory is very simple.
You better not say a chord.
You
I like that.
you
That's-
know- yeah, but that
Yeah,
means
think about
he's, yeah, the thing about it is he's saying that something, an entity of this greater
Right.
power came here and boom. No, bro.
What do you think? It's just
No.
gases and
yes.
shit? Is that, I
Fuck
don't
yeah,
know.
dude. Without the atmosphere that surrounds us, we wouldn't be able to breathe. That is fact.
Creating life?
Yes, it creates oceans, water. We all started as microbes, as fucking molecules, as cells. I mean, that again, dating a million fucking years ago. How can you say? Because again, then at the end of the day, right? Let's take it very simply. you have monkeys. They say we evolved from monkeys. Then why aren't the monkeys
Impossible.
right? Why aren't the monkeys still evolving? They're not because hold on.
He's got something.
But that is not because we didn't come from monkeys. We came from a
did
neochromatic experience of a being that was dragging their knuckles, not being able to speak.
We
but
weren't
we
doing
were.
that either.
We came. So, but nobody. There's no entity that all of a sudden just
love it.
put us together. There's just
Here's
it's
the
not.
thing.
It's not.
I don't
And
believe
where would
in-
he be? Where would he be for? You're born in what year? You're born?
84.
Okay, 84. So why even now in 84 to 2026? Okay. He ain't coming back once. He came once. Was he fucking Santa? He came once, spun this shit and left.
Did he be
No,
president?
bro.
He'll
And you
be
believe he's
coming.
watching us all? Do you believe he's actually?
I do.
Come on,
well,
guys.
hold on.
You're gonna be real mad when you're dead.
You're a part of them. I was
not a
telling
part
him
of him,
about a
not part-
near
him and I
death
don't agree.
experience.
Yeah, listen to this shit.
Okay.
Listen to this
Oh,
shit.
he
This
saw
is-
an afterlife.
So-
All right.
listen to this shit. This blew my
It
mind.
wasn't mine.
This
Oh,
blew
well.
my
what year is
podcast
it?
land. This blew my mind.
But this isn't his.
Yeah, but it blew my mind.
This is the ambulance driver saying
This
"Die,
is
let
going to
him die."
ask some questions that you had said before that you just think were energy.
We are energy.
But let him tell this story.
What about energy can't be created nor destroyed, right? It's got to be transferable.
constant, yeah.
It's transferable.
We
All
have
right, so-
molecules. We're an energy.
But do you
those-
think that there could be good energy and bad energy?
Of course.
All right, so then hear this out, right? A guy
Well,
that's
no, wait, hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me back up a second. Back up. Bad energy.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Give me
Think
an
about
example.
it.
Give me an
Okay,
example of
so
outside of
there's-
humanity.
There's
What
a
could be
violent,
bad
there's a
energy?
violent crime that is
I said
committed
outside humanity.
in a space. Oh well,
Give me lightning. You can't say it's bad energy. You can't say that's bad energy, even though it's
It
going to
could
blow
be.
up a house.
It
No,
could be.
no, it's just energy, dude. Just the fact that it strikes and it
but
creates a
that-
fire
but-
doesn't make it bad.
But that's the implication of the good and bad energy. It's entangled
not.
with
We
human.
made it.
It's spiritual of
Exactly.
human being.
So
That's what I'm getting at.
But the
Right.
energy, so the energy is not truly bad. We decided it was bad.
Right,
Where
let
do
let
you-
him explain.
if-
Let him
Okay.
explain.
if-
I got him.
all right. So
This is why we're here. We got to debate him a little bit.
Yeah.
So one of the guys was explaining on a podcast about a dude that had a near-death experience, and he was an atheist.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't believe in a God. He didn't believe in Jesus. He dies. And almost any scientist now is starting to come to the realization they can actually measure that human beings have a soul because they can see the consciousness leave the body at the time of death.
That's the
when
energy
you're like clinically brain dead and the body shuts down and everything. So the atheist dies. He was on some sort of trip. He was traveling. He had like a heart attack, and as he died and he came out of his body and had this experience, he's looking at the doorway to the room. And this is like something that occurs a lot in near-death experiences. Like when you come out of the body, you know what's going on around you. You even can like travel room to room and know what's going on. Right. So the guy's hearing these voices at the door. So he comes to the door. They open it up and they're like, "Hey, we've been waiting on you. Come with us." And the guy's like, I don't know who else to trust. These guys are here waiting on me, but we're going down this hallway, and the hallway's getting darker and darker as they're going. Mm-hmm. And then he's explaining how these guys are like talking to him, but at the same time, maliciously like mauling him and like literally ripping him apart. He can feel it. He can feel all of it. Like he still has muscle memory from his senses. And
It's kind of like when you have your arm cut off and you think it's still there.
the only thing he thought to do, they were pulling his eyes out of his head. They were
But he was
ripping.
dead.
He was dead.
Yeah.
He left his body. They were ripping his skin, his flesh off of his bones. They were just absolutely mauling him like the worst bear attack you could imagine. And the only thing that saved him, he actually said, I said Jesus. And instead of the darkness, here comes the light, right? Now, but think
So
about
he
this.
saved them?
You just said, yeah, he did, because when he saw the light and he got pulled from that frame of point of being dead from that, he came back to on the bed, and he devoted his life to Jesus Christ at that point.
Come on, bro.
Became an evangelist, but and you could probably Google it just based on that, like atheist dies, horrible NDE, and then becomes a Christian
Why him
evangelist.
though?
Well, there's multiple.
There's
of
multiple
them.
of
It's
them,
not just
right.
him.
Well, I'm just
but-
saying,
But the bad energy is what made other negative energy attract to him. And that's what was trying to pull him into the pool of negative energy, because you're not going to have negative energy interact with positive energy. That wouldn't make sense. They're polar opposites.
Right. But again,
Is that? Let me ask you something. You think it's part of like as he's dying,
Yes.
brain memory?
Yes, it's just
From what he practiced.
because
what
he
he-
couldn't. I'm sorry. You know how many people come back from near-death experiences and have nothing? How many people?
That's still scary,
How
bro.
about
That's
people?
still
How many
scary.
people come back? How many people come back from their near-death experiences and say they saw the light? How many people come back and say nothing? How many people can't remember even that they died? Look, for me, you know, your brain is a wonder, right? We really do. We can say and try and believe that we know everything that goes on as we started this conversation, that we can know every body part, and there are certain things that we know do and do not do well and all that. But there are so many things we probably do not know, right? Because especially for the brain, it seems like such an interesting organ and mechanism, right? That can do so many things. That's a story about a guy who came back, but he saw a Jesus. Again, I want to go back to the Bible in the sense that when it started, when the gospel started, and you know this is true, he started as a man. He was just a fucking guy. That's all he was. He was a guy. He had some powers, like he was a special guy, but he was a guy. And by the end of the Bible, the New Testament, he was not only God, he was Jesus, the super guy. He was a God, and he was a spirit, all meshed into one. That was written over time, 1,000 years.
2,000.
Okay, written by 1,000 different people.
Not the Dead Sea Scrolls.
The one written by one guy, and they were translated 1,000 different. Our language today was way different than it was back then, right? I mean, even their language. Changed and morphed into what it was. And again, I respect where you're at with it, because I believe people that the guys who do believe, are very passionate about what they believe in, which is wonderful because it gives hope and faith and belief in the good stuff. But at the end of the day, one guy cannot convince an entire generation or an entire being, a society, to say, well, he came back and he was being ripped apart. I don't believe there can be. It really, going back to energy, how could there be negative energy? Negative energy is you walking in this room being, oh, this sucks. That's negative energy, but that's an emotional energy, right? Now you're bringing him down, because we can all feel each other's tension because we're here. But if you take up humanity out of it, what energy would be negative? There can't be. There just can't be a negative energy. There can't be.
I think that relies on experiences too.
Again, take the human. I keep
Yeah,
saying,
but you have
take
to.
take human out of it.
But
Take
experiences
human out
is
of it.
what they've went through that we will never know.
Understood. So he had a great story to tell.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that guy coming back saying they ripped me apart and all that stuff, that was his experience, right? Somebody else has another experience. Somebody else has zero experience. So why is his experience? Why does this Jesus, pick this guy?
What are
out?
the other
Why not
experiences
pick out,
though? Even the good
child?
ones, like
There's a lot of ones.
I'm sure there's a lot of
when
them.
Show that there's-
when you call on Jesus, he's going to be there to save
I've
you. in
called the guy
darkness.
back in the day when I was calling. No one's answer.
You're still alive.
You're still alive.
What's that mean?
Yeah, he died.
But what? So the people who died didn't call on Jesus?
He had
Okay.
that experience.
So
though,
I
man.
know somebody who's a big God girl, huge God girl. Again, I'm not gonna bring the party down. My own daughter, huge God girl. I'm not mad at a God. I believe, as Ricky Gervais says, I believe in one less God than you guys, right? Because at the end of the day, there's 1,000 of them. You know that. Which God is right? You're Catholicism. You're talking specifically Jesus. What about the guys who believe in Muhammad? What about the guys who believe cows and trees and all?
I'm glad
Why
you
are
brought
they
that
wrong?
up.
Why are they wrong?
Jesus is the only one that's documented in his book and outside of his book, right through the Roman consensus.
Yeah, the one thing I find out interesting about Jesus is the only guy. He's definitely. I believe he lived and died. There's no. Again, I believe he lived and
Horrible
died.
death. The most
There was
horrible death.
there's way more deaths that are just as bad in this society. Getting whacked by a bat is a terrible way to die.
But people don't give you the chance to like rebuke and change your belief before that happens. Like in his case, it was like either denounce you being the son of God or you're going to go through this.
Let me-
and he believed in it so wholeheartedly. Obviously, he's
Martin
like,
Luther
I got to
King.
go through
Martin
this.
Luther
Let me
King
ask
had
you
the
a
same-
question.
Martin Luther King had the same thing, and he got shot. He believed in his beliefs. You had
But
Kennedy believing
nobody
in his
put
beliefs.
the gun
you
to
had,
his head before they shot him and said,
Sure
you
they
have
did.
the option to
Sure,
change
they
your
did.
thought process
How many times?
right now.
How many times was he threatened that you will die if you don't? If you don't stop preaching this shit. Think about it. How many times did Martin Luther King? Every time Martin Luther King was on some sort of march or anything like that, he was getting thousands and thousands of death threats.
Unrelated, but have you ever heard of Quindale?
No.
Dude,
Go
the
ahead.
funniest thing, because you brought up Martin Luther King, it
Yeah.
reminds me of this thing he was doing in a comedy club. He said, yeah, you wouldn't know it, but Martin Luther King was a vacuum salesman. He's like, can you believe that? I have a dream. He's talking about how he's got the best-selling vacuum.
That's terrible.
But
I'm
he was
just
a salesman.
I'm just kidding.
I have a question.
I love it. I think it's a funny
Let me ask you
shit.
something.
That's
With
fantastic.
your thought process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What you believe right now.
Yeah.
If you had a near-death experience,
Yeah.
and you experienced,
I did have near-
hold
I
on,
was a
hold on,
crackhead.
no. I'm talking about a near-death experience.
I have to.
Yeah.
Where you went through and you come back with something like that happened. Would that change your thought process?
Sure.
You would,
yeah, of
because you
course,
would know,
of course,
right?
of
I mean,
well, would you know though? I still don't know if I
no,
know.
again, but
know?
if you experience that,
We'll only know after we die.
right?
And if we go and we die and it's not, what are you gonna feel? How are you gonna feel if you die and it's not there?
Well, the fact that if you
Spent
know,
all this time.
hold on, hear me out. The fact that you know that it's not there still means you're spawning.
you need Jesus in your life.
Well, no, yeah. But think about it. I told people.
Oh, I believe
before-
atheists. We believe. We they say they don't believe, but we do. We believe that we have a belief that it's not true. So you have a belief it's true. We're not non-believers because that's bullshit. We're believing in something else. You know?
I don't say that. I'm not saying that you guys are wrong because I just don't know. So
I'm more agnostic than I am atheist. I mean, I don't denounce.
But
it,
what was that? What was that spark that actually happened? We'll never know.
What for me?
No, the spark that actually created life.
You do know because they
don't
can
know.
carbon date shit. Whether he doesn't believe the carbon date, he believes it up to a certain point, right? You believe, like again, we're talking about the Mexican thing. You believe in that carbon dating. You believe in
that
the
wasn't
plants
carbon
and carbon
dating.
dating.
That was just
you just don't believe in the humanity.
That was
carbon
just
dating.
pottery that actually had the depiction of the human tribes riding on the backs of dinosaurs, and that's like
There's no way.
No,
yeah, sure.
no. T-Rex?
and
Which
believe
dinosaur?
It or not, believe it or not,
I
even the
don't-
Chinese
or not. I'm going with the or
culture.
not.
Riding by in the neighborhood. Hi, Harry. Roar, just fucking, hey, buddy.
My guy T-Rex.
Mow your lawn. Mow your lawn, Harry.
Look,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love. I can't believe
T-Rex was really a vegetarian.
Yeah, and he talked.
you're fucking gold, bro.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, you're gold. No. I'm in the or not.
Okay.
I mean, how could they coexist? How could you? How you cannot? You could
Let me
maybe
ask
at
you
the
this.
end.
Let me ask you this.
At the end, there was some sort of existence. Maybe there was something that spawned from us. Because again, we came from somewhere, right? And so again, one question about your God again.
Mm-hmm.
So the day was created. All of a sudden, did it start with a boy and a girl? One boy and one girl. Do you believe that? Then we're all fucking cousins.
Let me turn you back on this
You
one.
didn't
And
answer
if
my
you're-
question.
hold on. If you're Islamic, then you are kind of kissing cousins. Just saying. But
Yeah.
let me turn you on to this. I do believe that.
We
but-
love our
but-
Islamic listeners.
No.
You're not kissing your cousins. It's just a theory.
It's allowed. It's allowed.
Oh, it's allowed.
to
Okay.
marry-
Then kiss your
to marry-
cousins.
To marry cousins.
I have a cousin. I have cousins that are pretty hot. I don't know if I kiss them.
Okay. But
I'm good.
but hear me out.
I'm listening.
You get one of two options. You either believe that a male and a female were placed here to reproduce multiple times, or you're really adopting the fact that a single cell organism spawned enough consciousness to self-replicate into another single cell organism
course, yeah.
that then
Multiples.
mated. But which one seems a little more far-fetched? Two single-cell organisms finally trickling down into everything that is.
But we have it today with twins.
I like.
we have it
I
today.
like that.
We have it today with twins. We have single cells can turn into multiple things. You have a frog that can lay 1,000 eggs. You have a lobster that can do 10,000
reproduce.
eggs.
Wait, are
They
you
reproduce.
They reproduce. They all reproduce.
Are you going to tell me a man could have a baby?
No.
So it's
Some are trying to.
But they can have a baby. You know why? They can't raise it in their body. Okay, but without male, there is no baby. So yes, can we carry a baby? We are carrying babies. They're just in a different form till they get to the proper use to connect with the egg to make what we know as humans. So yes, men can carry babies. We are in our nutsack every day. I have thousands, bro. Mine are dead now. I have none actually. I'm for all you.
You're a single cell.
I'm a single cell.
It's a sea of dead.
It's a sea of dead. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's funny, but going back to the doctor thing, it's familiarity. So right now you're relying on the body's familiarity with its process of having an egg and fertilizing and growing and being attached to an umbilical. But you're still giving a lot more power than Jesus and God to two single-cell organisms to deem themselves male, female, self-replicating, and creating everything that is.
So do you believe that this God banged this woman Mary and she conceived without a child, without any sort of penetration? Do you honestly believe that story?
You could believe that, and
you didn't answer my question.
Yes.
You believe that?
Yes.
You believe there was an immaculate conception?
Yeah.
Okay, it happened once in an entire universal 10,000 year story, right? Happened once. It's never happened again.
It didn't have to.
Why?
Because now
why wouldn't it just be an oops?
Now he's already been born. He's already been crucified. He's already been risen. And then when he comes back, he's not going to have to be reborn.
He's not coming
back. He's already in his adult form.
He's not coming back.
He'll come back.
He's not coming back.
He's coming back.
When the fuck's he coming? What's he waiting for?
I do believe there's some shit
What's he
coming our
waiting
way.
for?
All right.
What's he waiting for?
Do you have any kind of knowledge of the Bible? Like, do you ever dabble in it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
I grew up Catholic.
All right.
They shoved that shit down our throat.
I went to a Catholic school first, which is funny though because
and I got kicked out.
you go to church and you pray, and then you go back to science class and you learn the Big Bang, and I'm like,
right, exactly.
This is crazy.
Or you have a bunch of people that are supposed to be God-loving people that are not. Now, thankfully, me and my friend, he knew I wouldn't shut the fuck up, and my friend was too ugly. You go to those priests who are preaching that God and fucking with the kids, and then you have the nuns that you are supposed to be mirroring their love and faith that are whacking your knuckles. So that that's all about fucking money. The Catholic school's all about money because they don't pay their teachers shit, and they charge these parents $5,000-$10,000.
now you ready for this theory?
I'm listening.
All right, this is where AI can tie into Revelations, right? Because in the end times, there's going to be an army of soldiers that our human weaponry is not able to penetrate and put up a resistance against, right?
What?
In Revelations, the army that gets set forth to take out humanity, it kills everybody, during the Revelation times.
Yeah.
So
there's an army coming from the sky.
It could
According
be
to
coming
Revelations.
could be
From
coming
AI.
from everywhere. But think about it. No, let that AI get a physical body and then be able to replicate physical bodies. Probably way cooler than the Terminator
Sense, right?
So that
that's why. Terminator and be like, I'm gonna modify you and make you way.
I believe that's the shit that goes on in Area 51, bro.
That's
the shit that goes on.
It's hard.
There's
to
something
say.
going on down there.
Yeah, no, they're building weapons.
But
AI,
fucking soldiers.
They can buy AI. Great, let's do some AI soldiers so we don't kill fucking
that's
kids.
Or wipes us out.
That's government working with
You
aliens,
just
right?
don't want to say.
bro.
You just because
That's
you
government
love
working with the Nephilim.
Dude,
you love
that's crazy.
You love these guys, and you don't ever want to say you're fucking nuts, but it's hard to hold back. I respect it because it's truly you have that passion. You're passionate about it. It's just illogical. It's just illogical.
Not now.
It's
When you see
100%
when you see an
illogical.
AI actually in its form.
One guy,
And this is
some form who preaches goodness, banged a woman. She didn't even know. Okay? Let's get this story straight.
The snake came down.
Banged a woman, right? And first it started with two people, two guys.
Adam and Eve.
Right. He built two people. I'm gonna build two
That
people.
makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. No, it does. Then we'd all relate.
You know
we're
why
all,
I agree with you.
You know
We're
why it
all
makes sense?
related. Then we're all related.
What he hasn't wrapped his mind around yet.
No, there's no
At some point, when those two single cell organisms self-replicate into their first woman and man,
Right.
eventually.
That's what I
billions
don't
of
think it
years down the
happened
road,
one at a time.
Then that one man and one woman still had to do what Adam and Eve were built to do right off the rip.
Correct.
That's
That's the only correct
crazy.
statement you've said in that sense was the fact that those single cells, but I don't believe it was two of them created at the same time. It didn't all of a sudden a mermaid and some guy got off a T-Rex and went over to her and said, "Let's do this." No, it was happening over time. So there were many single cell organisms that were coming from different areas that were being born into what we are today. Over the theory that it was one guy and one girl, that literally means that their children were fucking each other and their other children were fucking.
Correct, they were.
Every child
All the
was
way up to the
fucking
flood.
brother and sister fucking each other.
All the
You
way up to the
understand
flood.
that?
That must have been a weird family
Weird
meeting.
guy.
I-
And they had to
There-
fuck.
listen,
There's a
not
billion
really.
of us.
I think
they had to
that-
fuck a lot.
I-
Fucked a lot.
I think there's so much that we don't understand.
We
but
do
this
understand. We understand that
logical,
didn't happen.
this logical explanation of what he's saying,
Yeah.
you have to think about
You
it, man.
don't.
You
There's
do.
no- I can't. I can't.
You do. It is gross.
We'd be all brother and sister fucking each other.
It's
Think
not
about
gross if that's the standard that you start
Standard,
with. That's
yeah,
the standard
that's
you
why it
start
can't be
with.
the standard we start with. And all right, so
Well,
moving forward,
we don't
for that,
know that Adam and Eve weren't the most perfect beings
even
engineered.
the high priests and all those things back in the day were clearly saying that the Old Testament and the New Testament, the Old Testament was relaying stories of hope and faith. They never claimed that the Old Testament was verbatim what happened. I mean, you do not conceivably believe that some man named Noah built an ark and 2 by 2 got animals on
I do.
standing next. So go out. I want you to go. I'm going to drop you in Africa. I'm gonna drop you because
No,
Noah wasn't a god.
I'll say this.
Noah wasn't a god. I'm gonna drop him in
how big
Africa.
do you
I want
think-
him to bring 2 lions to me and march them up
I
into
agree.
a boat.
I agree with,
Come on.
with everything that you said up to this point. The ark thing.
Come on.
I don't. I
impossible.
think that those are also stories
So
from
wait.
back in the day that people
Okay.
evolved into.
Of course there's
No,
stories.
I'm saying that people
Stories
write
of hope.
books. People probably made up fairy tales of
course.
what. I do.
Moses, do you
I
believe
do
Moses?
believe what he's saying about the Adam and Eve. Being the two beings. I do. Dude,
I'm
to
with
me,
you.
there
I
has to
love
be
this.
something
I
that happens.
I hope you're not angry or offended. I love that. I so appreciate what you're saying. But I want to get. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So I asked the question,
Yeah.
T. You know, and we know his answer already. You believe some guy Moses fucking parted a sea?
That I don't believe.
Okay. Do you? He believes that.
I do.
I do.
He
I do.
believes
I
that.
do believe. I do
Then
believe that
he was a
Moses.
superhero.
I do
tell
believe
you
that
why.
somewhere along the line, somebody, maybe not Moses, whatever, was asked to do something through
To
God.
help save the Jews, of
May-
course.
may-
I agree with that.
I don't
But
believe
didn't
he
part a sea.
parted the sea.
He
Part
did
of
part the sea, and
I said, all right, he goes, you just said, he goes, I'll tell you right now.
I can't even get water off my driveway.
Yes. He goes, hold on.
and
He goes,
I
tell
didn't
you how.
park my Tesla in your driveway because I didn't want the oil leak to spill.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know,
Here, so
wouldn't it be a battery leak? It would be
yeah.
acid.
It's funny, but
does it ever leak? I know it's
I
an
haven't
oil,
seen
but
it.
does the battery? It can't, or it'd blow up, bro. Right? It'd have to.
I hope not.
I mean, a battery, because I know clearly we all know that runs on battery, right? And
lithium
batteries,
ion.
okay, and so lithium, so there really is no liquid in that, right? Isn't the ions? Isn't it just? Oh, I guess there is.
It might be like a
right.
gel more than just a liquid, but you know, there's.
Because there's a bunch of little connectors that make it electric. Because it has to pass through all of these components to make it go.
Yeah, and I
So-
think
and again,
they're
I don't
like-
know the composition of it.
Like kind of like a tower or a cell, I guess, and that's what the liquid bonds to, and then holds and retains the
heats and all
charge.
that.
and
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
dissipates,
Go
but-
back to it. So how do
All
you?
right, so-
The best line you said today. Well, you said a lot of good lines. So, hold on. He did. I'll tell you how. Okay. How did this man called Moses? You believe he
Now,
floated down?
I'm gonna feel really bad if this proves the case for AI. But
God, I hope we put it together. I hope if this guy comes back.
Oh, he'll be back.
He's gonna come back. I hope if he was here. I hope he comes back and he's got to start in this room. Bitch, I want the first interview. I don't want a fucking Diane Sawyer. Oh, thank God Barbara Walters dead. She'd get it, right? I want to become lost. I'd be like, hey, AC, bring tea and get that tie. I got something to tell you. And he pushes his hair back. And like he's sitting across from us and it's like looks like it's blowing, right? And there's no wind in the room, but his hair's blowing like a fucking commercial and shit. I would love that. Sorry, good. Tell us how he parted the sea.
He used his staff in the Bible.
Oh, he had the you go with the wood theory. Okay.
I do go with the wood.
Okay.
Okay. The wood theory.
Okay.
But I saw a video. I think
They got it on video.
on YouTube. Believe it or not.
No
That's what I
way.
said. I'm gonna be afraid if it was AI.
Yeah.
But
You didn't see the video where the guy's shifting air around, right?
No.
I love
They put a drone down in the Red Sea, which he had parted, and they started finding all the chariot tires and everything from the Romans.
Shit, dude.
Or from the Egyptians chasing.
Stop.
What?
There could be chariots in there. Of course, they cross the sea. You go look in the bottom of the ocean now. You can see some Toyotas. 1,000 years from now, you can see some Toyotas. You're gonna see shit that fell off a cargo ship. 100%. You are not telling me, Bill,
But
the fucking YouTuber.
You don't believe in the ark. How you gonna believe in a cargo ship carrying a bunch of chariots?
No, I'd say it's clearly it's not cargo, but we know they built.
Well, wait
ships.
a minute.
Your own Jesus walked on water out of the ship. He fucking fished with these people. He was a fisherman. The guy was a fisherman, and his mother. It sounds like she was a liar. She didn't tell the father where he came from, because Joseph wasn't supposedly his dad. She was the first cheater. That's what I'm hearing. And then I respect him. Prostitution's the oldest thing. I believe he banged that Mary Magdalene. How could he not? You're going to tell me a man of 33 doesn't have any needs? Come on, Ty. All right, wait, let's get back to the thing. So do you believe in the burning bush? Do you believe in the guy coming down a hill with two rocks after talking to a tree? Mm-hmm. Okay, how did that, what YouTube did you see?
Well,
Give it
I
to
don't
me,
know
Ty.
about what YouTube had to say about that one, but if you don't go through the proper channels and speaking back to string theory and how powerful this voice was that spoke everything into existence, I don't think I'd want that thing talking to me, right?
No, well, yeah.
Shit.
Because he was
particle eyes.
There were probably a lot of drugs back then, and nobody knew about the drugs.
Yeah,
How do you believe? Do you believe in So you believe in the Abrahams? You believe in all those stories? You believe in Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat? You believe in all that stuff? That's pretty amazing. You know, that's some solid faith. Let me
An amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah. Is that right? That was a Jesus story, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you
Brothers
feel?
were going to kill him, but then put him in a hole and then sold him into slavery.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's fair. That probably happened, but it probably happened a million times because the Greek liked little boys. Just look at the Robin Williams movie where the plates were full of little boys, and we all know that pedophiles been around for a very long time in terms of at that point where they didn't think it was wrong or bad, but 15-year-old boys, even pirates, that documented right through the years, talking about how the pirate ships would take the boys from places that they would fight, make them slaves and shit like that. I mean that is common knowledge, right? Or again, why wouldn't we believe it? Because it wasn't a million years ago, right? But what? So if this God started Adam and Eve, right? At Noah with the ark, he wiped everybody out. So who started then? Noah and his wife and his children? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the population, so this God populated us, wiped us out, let this old man with all these animals, all the animals. How many animals do you think he fit on the boat?
Well,
Like have two of each.
Of every animal, though.
Yes.
What about
That's
insects? Did he take insects?
No, I don't think so.
How did the insects come back? Remember, the earth was completely wiped out by water. That's what he was pissed. So he took the animals. We know that. But then did he take insects?
But you know what's funny? Whether you believe in the Bible or not, it's documented worldwide through like every culture that there was
because
a mass
it's about
flood.
money, bro. Yeah, there's mass floods, but it didn't wipe out the population, dude. Couldn't have.
I don't think it wiped out everything it was intended to either.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
intended to wipe out the Nephilim.
Right. Everything that this God thought was
Yeah.
bad. So if you believe in this God, I asked it to the last person who wanted to talk to me about God. Why, if this God is all loving, you can either be all loving or all powerful. You can't be both, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be both.
You could be both.
You can't be both. How can you be both?
I'm going to prove my case right now.
Wait, but I got a question. If he's all loving and all forgiving and all that stuff, why have a hell? Why need hell? Why need hell? You don't need hell. Because if I just am on my deathbed and go, oh, forgive me, I killed 5,000 people, according to your religion, all I gotta do is in my heart be sorry and thankful and speak the word of Jesus.
But would you really be in your heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. You believe that sometimes they would. Well, how can you?
He's saying he's feeling it and saying it.
Right. I understand that, but how? If you're scared and you really want to embrace it, you want to embrace it. You're giving everything you got. Again, even if it's not, and he's all loving, why is there a hell?
Why would you reject somebody that gives you unfathomable love?
That goes into bad energy too.
But if he's all loving, he wouldn't care. He'd still take you in. He loves everybody and everything, except when he wiped him out twice, because he did nothing.
My only question is why put us through it? Maybe is it to test your faith, or is it
test your faith? I
don't know.
He was mad, right? He was mad. Why?
I don't know.
I agree. Why do it? Because it didn't happen. That's my theory. I mean, twice to take you're this guy and you're building these people and all, and then when they're torturing his son and all that stuff, right? He's an all loving God, but he's not. He's doing it for our sins. Well, here we are. 2,000 years later, right? And there's still sins going on. You can't say it's all free will and all that, because we are free will, because there's nothing controlling us. We are what we are. I go back to the question, and I'm going to stop and let you answer. Why would you need a hell if he's all loving and everything should just go to heaven? Because he loves everybody, loves everything, and forgives everything. He's a forgiving guy. That's what they say. But in the Old Testament,
he doesn't say that God created hell.
Well, he had to. If he created everything, didn't he create hell? Would he not create? He created everything but hell? Who created hell?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Well, we're waiting on Ty.
I'd imagine.
We're waiting on Ty.
I'd imagine he did create hell because he gave it dominion for the devil. So, but think about this, right?
Yep.
This is my point, that you can easily believe in a all-loving God. You're a parent, and I get that there's some bad parents out there, so they're not going to relate to this. They're not going to relate to this, but I try to explain things to my son all the time. My daughter, she's only 3, not the mental capacity to really understand.
Of course.
My son's 14, so I try and deliver a powerful, compassionate message. Have you ever told them not to do something or to operate in a certain manner, but then despite the good advice you've provided them, they choose to do the exact opposite?
Of course.
Do you condemn them to hell?
No.
Why?
Condemn them to hell.
That's it, right?
Jesus.
I'd rather you spank me.
There you go.
Give me a whooping.
Oh wait, what do you mean? You're blowing the theory. You're proving my theory.
I've never felt closer to
condemn.
God in that sense, because I watch, just as I am a sinner, I watch my son follow the same behavioral patterns as a man, as a sinner.
Yep.
And no matter how hard I try to be upset, even when you punish them, you feel the worst of the brunt.
Of course.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Tell me that ain't compassion at the highest level. And that's
Correct.
just from
And
our
you wouldn't put him in hell.
capability.
Right.
That's
So-
our capability of understanding.
So you're proving my point.
Nope.
You don't need a hell.
Now consider this, though.
Okay.
Your son or your daughter is at a crossroad, at this impasse where they have a choice to listen to you.
Yep.
Or bear a consequence that you can't do anything about to change or alter, say like a prison sentence. They got a gun to somebody's head, and you're like, don't do it. You'll spend the rest of your life in prison.
Yep.
And they don't listen. They pull that trigger.
Yep.
You can't save them from that prison sentence because they choose not to listen to you.
Correct.
So at that point, you're given the knowledge, it's just some people choose not to listen to it because they don't care.
But again, what does that have to do?
They don't care because they don't want accountability.
But you're kind of proving my theory, because what you're saying is exactly what I'm saying. If they pull the trigger, they're going to jail. They're not going to hell. If you're in jail, you've pulled the trigger, and you say, God, I'm sorry for what I did. He will forgive you, and you'll be in heaven.
You have
so
to
in
mean
this
it.
physical,
But you have to mean
and
it.
you don't think they all mean mean it? You don't think everybody in there is like, everybody that's ever done anything bad is really at some point on their deathbed probably feeling really remorseful?
Well,
And maybe some of them don't, and I'm sure there's a small portion of them.
What's the criteria? What's the criteria through this entire thing where people do not learn and they just get thrown into hell? Like does everybody have to go out and buy a Bible right now to either you accept it or you don't? Because lots of people are not informed. They never even picked up a Bible, never even really thought about a Bible.
Right. So why is
so what? I don't. And again, I believe in God, but I'm just saying, like, I don't understand what's the criteria that you have to meet to get into heaven. You just
right.
You just roll the dice.
Why is the only religion that allows you into this heaven the Catholic?
Could you imagine if most people think that they're doing great and then they get to that, they don't do anything, and then also they get to that point in judgment and you just thrown into hell because you just didn't meet it and you never knew it's like going to study for a fucking driving test. You just didn't get the book. Hope you make it.
Yeah.
Again, like, what is that level?
Yeah. Ty,
I'm glad you guys brought that up.
This is a great show. We're at 124. You have. I'm going to give it. We'll go to 1.5 because if we go longer, we're gonna have to break it up. But we can go another 5-10. So
all right,
got it. Go fire.
So
Glad you brought it up. He said the criteria for heaven.
That's right.
Everybody's on the edge of their seat.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
So the fact that you
and he's
brought
so
it up
soothing.
tells
I just want
me
to take
that
a nap on his shoulder.
He's God.
But I don't. He's godly. I don't want to be in his house when you do some shit wrong. I'm gonna
story I didn't get to tell you.
You want to go to hell?
Yeah. I'm gonna follow him home. I'm gonna slip a note. I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna stalk his house a little bit. Right?
Imagine go to your room and it opens up, it's just fire coming out of the pocket.
I'm gonna stalk his house a little bit, right? Because we don't even know each other. Because you and I could talk later, right? And I'm gonna either follow him home. I'm gonna find out where the 14-year-old boy is, right? And I'm gonna tell the 14-year-old boy, I'm gonna slip a note if you need help. If you're chained in this room, just call Dees. We'll come get you. So go ahead.
No.
So yeah, if you're really inquiring because you actually want to know, you would do your own personal investigation into the matter. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but
he didn't even need 10 minutes for that. He just told you to go fuck yourself and read the Bible.
Yeah, but again, like, there's some
Ty,
people
that was a great answer.
most people have not.
You've been telling him all day you live and believe in God, and you ain't fucking know the criteria.
I want to know.
You don't believe he believes. You don't know he. You don't
what's
believe he
the
knows
theory?
anything about God.
What's the theory on that criteria?
Dude, he just told you he's not answering. Go fucking figure it out.
But what? But
Tell
you're
him,
saying, where is it?
Why are you looking at me?
Where is it?
I'm not the one who told you to go fuck
Where
yourself.
is it?
It's in the Bible, bro.
Just in the Bible.
Yeah. Ty, I know that, and I don't even like the Bible.
No, I'm saying that
It's in the Bible.
Most people don't even believe in the Bible. So you're saying if you don't read the Bible,
yes,
you're going to hell. That's what the criteria is?
No. Ty, tell him again. Go study. The Bible will give you the way to live the right way to get to heaven.
So if you don't read that Bible,
that's why I don't believe, guys.
So we're saying the criteria to get in heaven, you have to read the Bible.
Pretty much.
No.
That's insanity.
Close.
No way.
If you're not living godly, you're not getting in heaven. According to the Bible.
To have knowledge, but again, it goes back to good and bad energy, right? What are you bringing to the table?
Classic.
What are you bringing to the table if you?
But what we believe is bad energy.
If you're a guy that kills like 5,000 people.
Oh, I agree in that. There is definitely a right and wrong.
I believe.
But a lot of them do that, guy. They become serial killers and all of a sudden they found Jesus in fucking
I
prison.
believe there's a right and wrong.
And a lot of them probably believe it. Because they want to do right. They realize the morality issue in their mind. They shouldn't have killed because you really shouldn't kill anybody. Everybody should have a right to live. Everybody should have a right to fucking healthcare, and everybody should have a right to live their life. Yeah,
knowing the statute that you have to live up to.
Yeah, well, that's a tough one.
Don't you think in a fair tilted game that
but he's not saying that.
Know?
He's not saying that if you don't read the Bible, you don't go to heaven. That's not what he's saying. He's saying
that's
find the right way to live.
What is the statute of what level do you have to be at to make yourself in God's eyes to be the good person that you need to be to get into heaven.
Well,
'Cause nobody wants to go to hell that I know of. I mean,
but you're not just going to hell for not reading the Bible.
you don't know that. You don't even believe in God.
Yeah. First of all, right, there's no heaven and hell. I'm just saying because what I know of Catholicism, right? The Catholicism is to live a certain right way. And the first part of that, to go to heaven, is going to be reading them fucking rocks that this guy believes came down a mountain. You got to hear us because that's the right way to live. He wants you to live the right way to live.
All I'm saying is,
So
if you're
don't-
born,
stop trying to fuck my
if
wife. Don't fuck your neighbor, bro. Give it round
if
one.
you're born
Think about it.
and you and your parents never even you live off the
Yes.
grid, off the grid.
Yes.
Never even
Yes.
fucking mention the Bible. Never knows
Yes.
about the Bible.
Yes.
This kid that,
Yes.
that has been secluded
Yes.
is going to hell.
Yes.
Because he doesn't.
According to
He
Catholicism,
doesn't even know about God.
Catholicism is the right way.
Doesn't even know
That
about God.
I couldn't answer.
That's
When
Right.
you're judged on your circumstances. Now,
Right.
now an educated
I believe that. I do believe that.
yourselves who could actually look at the Bible because you know that the answer to your salvation lies in that Bible, and then choose not to basically acquire the knowledge. That's like self-destructing.
But going back, don't you think God and Jesus, or whatever the scenario, right, should come back and say, okay, this is what I expect.
Well, there will be
did. He
in
wrote it down.
Revelations.
But what about
According
there
to
will be in Revelations, but what about the people in between that? They
Again,
just perish. They just go to hell because they didn't get to that point.
It's not even that they go to hell. Again, according to Catholicism, is the right way of the right religion because their God is the only God that matters. That's how Catholics
I think
feel.
that's the problem with a lot of people religion and people that don't believe is we were never told really what we've
if
been
you were
told.
Catholic, you were.
Not by God. I mean,
Well,
don't you think?
according to them, God told you?
You were told
'cause he put
by
it-
people that read the Bible and said this is
course.
what he said.
Correct.
But don't you think in if God is the one judging you,
See, he's
you would
coming
be
to my
told
side.
I'm just saying what is the
Let him answer.
what is the real criteria?
Unrelated to that particular answer, but hear me out, right? You're saying that a message can't be conveyed from one person to another and still hold entire accuracy.
I didn't say that. Well, after 1,000 years, it loses some accuracy.
Well, not really, because that's assuming that the people before us were kind of brain dead idiots. But before TV and other things came along,
that's not fair.
Their word was the word. So
That's not fair because language changes.
This goes back to AI though.
It can, but hear me out. No, actually, it goes back to the Dead Sea Scrolls. The funny thing is with the King James Version, which is basically one of the most accurately translated, they try and say, from the original dialect.
That's why they sold 20 million copies.
And if you go to the Dead Sea Scrolls that are over 2,000 years old that they've just been unearthing, if you go back to in the beginning, the Genesis, where the Bible starts, it is word for word.
But words had different meanings. There's a lot. Come on, Ty. You have to respect. You have to respect at least the language.
That's what
you don't want to respect.
He's not lying because
words had different meanings. They sounded different. They were spelled different. Their words have changed over centuries, and that you have to.
I'm saying,
and Catholics even accept. That.
I'm saying that goes back to AI only because it's just like I asked you in the beginning of the show. Do you believe the doctor or do you believe AI? A guy telling me about what the criteria is, read the book, or God himself telling me but this is what I expect.
He told very few.
I'm
people.
saying, what do you believe?
Yeah, right.
And what's right? You roll the dice not knowing what the gauntlet's going to be at the end of the story. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Welcome to the right side.
I'm with you. I'm just saying, like,
but he
what
said,
what damns the others that don't get the chance to even choose that path?
And he said, you heard Ty. He said, fucking go learn, bro. Read the Bible.
What if you die when you just get born?
And
you automatically go to heaven?
Oh, no. There's the age of accountability.
Until you're baptized, that's why Catholics baptize their children. They believe
a baby that dies in the womb that can't be baptized is not going to hell.
Correct. But they believe that baptism gives the child the right to go to heaven. You obviously you know that.
When you're smart enough and have your own faculty and you could choose to turn your back on God, that's what's going to do you in. You never want to turn your back.
I agree on
the
that.
Creator.
I do agree on that because I believe in God. I just always want to know from a perspective, why wouldn't God come back and just tell us, like, this is what I expect?
But
you're hearing it from man.
But
You're hearing it from an AI. You're hearing it from others, but you're not hearing it from him.
But you see,
if you're going to have a revelation with him coming back,
but that's where you're missing the point. He gave it to all those people. He himself, according to them, spoke these words and gave them the word of his God that they wanted him to pass on. He did not want to be here the whole time. He didn't need to be here the whole time. Now hear this, because you can't ask me the same question about it. He gave them the word, okay, to write down the word. To
Who's them?
He gave Abraham.
Apostles.
He gave Noah. He gave fucking Jesus. He gave all these people his way that he wanted people to live, so they would live like him.
We in our generation never heard from Abraham and these
Yeah,
people.
we did. Of course, if you
we
read
heard
through
the Bible.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna. Well,
I'm
you
trying
hear
to ask
Mary.
the in between.
The Joel Osteens of the world now are the ones delivering the messages. And they are. That's according to them. They are.
I'm
the
ashamed to
priests.
admit, I'm not the one with the Bible knowledge. Like when I prove religion over evolution, I use science.
See, he uses science.
To
Welcome
prove
to the side. You
religion
had to give science in
versus
that because you
evolution.
have to respect some science. You have to. If you have the God thing in your world, you have to respect some of the science because again, at the end of the day, some of that stuff it's
definitely a thought process that has to be there.
Yeah.
You can't just ignore it. I mean, either way,
You can't ignore it. There's
There-
no,
there's science.
according to
There's
AC, there's
science in
no
the book.
going. What?
There's science in the book.
Oh yeah. I figured there had to be some sort of science.
In fact,
in the book,
if the book was written 2,000 years ago,
it didn't give you it didn't give you
and it
fucking
spoke
equations.
and
but-
it spoke of springs in the ocean.
Right.
We only
Right.
discovered springs in the ocean in like the 90s. That's only
Right.
30-year-old thing,
but
development.
Like
crazy.
poor, Dees is just gonna go home and sit on his couch. I may go over there later. He's probably crying.
no, it's
because,
good.
I mean, and
I
it's
love
great.
these conversations
I'll
because
get
it
them at
is
work.
an eye opener and it gives podcast land to question what they think about it. I
wanna
love
see you on
the
your-
dynamic of you don't like
I wanna
what
see
you think and you believe in what you think and he's bringing different perspectives to it. I love that.
Well, what we differ on as humans is, again, I believe in one less God than he does, and I also, if I was Jewish, I would have my beliefs in my religion as hard as.
But he
has
brings
his-
strong points to what he's saying, and you bring strong points to what you're
Yeah,
saying.
but then
I'm
again,
questioning the in
20
between.
Yeah, but the other 20,000 religions don't believe in what the Catholics believe in. Right?
Again, that's
He's
what
gonna-
I'm trying to get
he's
at.
gonna
What
be-
is right and what is wrong?
That's the key.
That's
There-
the key, right?
There is no right and wrong
Right.
religion. Every
why
religion
I don't
wants you to
judge people.
believe what they want you to do is give them money. What's going to happen today is he's going to go in his front lawn and he's going to be in the rain. He's going to be looking up.
I'm gonna throw my body,
he's gonna
belly
be-
flop, and I'm gonna
He's
part
gonna-
the Red Sea on my
Where
lawn.
are you? I think one of the best things you said today, besides telling him to go read the fucking Bible, was that you said there was chariots at the bottom of the Red Sea.
There's
I
documentation.
believe there is. I 100% believe there is. But
Or it's
because-
AI generated.
Or it's AI
And they
generated.
said that they could only be there if parting the
No,
sea was a
no,
real
that's
story.
true. Again, there were ships at his time. Are we not? Are we just discounting the fact
Noah's
that there were
Ark-
ships at his time?
Noah's Ark was a ship.
No. Yeah,
But-
well, that was a big ship, dude. Did he had
Maybe
to
he
take a
stripped
lot
the
of
bottom. He had a lot of animals on there.
How did he get all the animals? He went from continent
How
to
did we
back.
escape the biggest part of that story and jump to the end?
What's the end?
No, the beginning is what's more important. How did we escape the biggest part of that story?
So how did he survive? Did he
Why?
eat the animals?
Why did
He was on
why
the
did-
boat for years.
Why did Moses have to part the Red Sea?
Yeah, why? I don't know.
Yeah, because I know why. He
We know
parted
the
Red
story
Sea.
of him building a boat and
That's two different stories. T
that's
is
Noah.
I'm telling you, we know that story.
Telling
We
you
know that
like
he
this.
parted the Red Sea because he was trying to get.
Gonna be like
He was
this.
trying to free the people.
Who? Moses?
Moses
Yeah,
was.
Moses wasn't.
That's why he
free.
parted the Red Sea.
He had all the
Say-
Jews
say-
following
say-
him.
Say that again. He was doing what to the people?
He was
Freeing
freeing the people.
The people were what?
Slaves.
Were slaves.
They were slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. They were slaves.
How long were they slaves?
Probably
Under
generations.
Pharaoh.
Man, I'm telling you right now, if we had to pay the reparations on that one,
Yeah, of course.
ooh-wee, that is a lot steeper than
You
a couple
can't really
hundred
make
years.
people pay reparations for things that
can't.
they didn't
We
do.
didn't do.
We didn't
We
do.
didn't do.
And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't expect me to pay for something that happened 10 million years or 1,000 years ago, even 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Unless my family was the political parties that were making those things happen, what should happen is there should be certain people that could be held accountable for it, not pay for it, but held accountable, not pay monetarily for it, but held accountable for it. Where yes, they should. If you were doing those atrocities towards humans, then you should go to jail and shit like that, right? I mean, again, what they did to the Jews in Germany, right? Those guys, as they found them, they paid. They paid with their lives. They paid with their, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, with that note, T, are you okay, T? The guy told you. I tell you, our friend here, Ty, he flat out told you, go fucking read the Bible. He couldn't have said anything.
You need
clearer.
Jesus in your life.
I don't need Jesus. You know what I need? I need more Ty. Ty and I are going to do this one. We're going to have to bring him back one day. So, Ty, we want to thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ty.
I got to say, how did you like it? Was it all right, Ty?
I
Was
liked it. I
was it
liked
everything that you expected? Did you save whatever notes you didn't have? 'Cause
Better
we'll
than
bring you
what I
back.
expected.
There you go. Oh, he's good. He's clapping for us.
Yeah.
Ty, do you have anything you want to? Do you have any stuff you pitch, or do you have any novels coming up you're selling? Do you have anything that you're out there promoting?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, well we're going to look forward to your book. Let's hear it for Ty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Ty.
And we're going to say this. I cannot believe that this entire show on me, I'm fucking with another camera. It's the spirit of Sherpa.
did
Okay,
good.
hold on.
We did
yeah,
good.
no, but this one died on me the entire
dude.
time. This
Okay.
one, mine.
But you get
Mine. You see me unplugging? What do you think I'm plugging it for? Look, I'm going to show you. This is how it's going to end. Like this. All right? And T, what do you got to say, T?
Again, we love you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a review. Grab a beer, baby. Cheers.
And once again, I don't even have to look at the camera because that's the image that's going to stay there. Do you see that image?
Yeah, see it.
I say that it was great having you,
You
Ty.
look happy.
Yeah, I know, don't I? What's that?
Thanks again for having me.
Oh,
Absolutely.
We
You're
want you
back.
to come back, bro. We'll bring
Told
you
you
back.
he'd be good.
After he reads the Bible, we'll bring you back. He's got to read the Bible.
He's got a lot more, too.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I mean, he had that old, but he knew. You know how bad this motherfucker wanted to get in that Bible. Because he probably heard one of the shows about me and God. And with that, I say we love you all. And AC out.